What's good, y'all? Everybody eats. Listen, you seem delusional until the shit actually happened. And this is for my big dreamers out there. Like, hopefully my phone won't ring again. I tried to do this before when my phone rung. But anyway, I just be thinking back, man. Matter of fact, because I'm sitting in this property right now, one of the properties that we have. And this was the second property. We do single family investments or whatever. And I just think back to before, I got into real estate investing, before I even owned my first company, before all of this shit. It's like I always dreamed about all of this. And it's just amazing that you can literally think of something in your head and actually go out here and make that shit happen. Like, literally. Everything that's in my reality was in my head first. And I went out and made that shit happen. And I'll never forget, like, when I went in the military. So for those who don't know, I'm gonna give you a little bit more background about me. So I was definitely, like, I was in trouble a lot, like in school or whatever, growing up. And when I was 17, I caught a felony distribution charge. You know what I mean? And I went to trial for it. They tried me as an adult because I was 17, but it was a felony, this and that. And then what they said was they gave me a year in prison and then suspended it and gave me they put me on with community service, and I had to go see the parole officer and all of that, right? And so with the community service, I actually didn't do the time. Like, it was a certain timeline that I had to do the community service hours before the court date came back. And so I was like, fuck. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, how I can get them hours in, but I ain't get them in. And my mama gave me a great idea. Shout out to her. And she was like, you need to just go in the military. And I was like, but what about court? I gotta go to court. She said, don't worry about that. I'll go to court with you, and the public defender will go to court for you, and then they probably just drop your charges. It was a risky move, but that's how my life pretty much been. I take risk and I get lucky a lot of times, you know what I mean? But you can't get the luck if you don't try your hand, by the way. So a lot of people too, because cause sometimes people just claim your success on luck, and it's like, nah, don't do that, because I had to do this, and this to get that opportunity. You know what I mean? A lot of people just don't try. They automatically assume the shit ain't gonna work, so they don't even try. But anyway, so I went in the military, took my mama's advice or whatever, and I ain't even stay. I was supposed to do a minimum of 3 years, and then it was like 3 years and something to do with 6 years. I forgot how the shit worked, but anyway, basically after the 6 years, because I was National Guard, so it was like part time. It's just like the reserves. So after the 6 years or whatever, I would have been considered a veteran. But I ain't make it. I went to basic training, went to the little school they call it AIT or whatever, to learn the job that you're gonna do. And then when I came home about a year and a half later, I was really supposed to be gone like 9 months, but I ended up being gone for like a year and a half because I couldn't stay out of trouble even in the military. And they kicked me out of one job in Georgia, and I had to go to Maryland and do a different job. But anyway, I say all of that to say that I'm trying to remember what the hell maybe even bring that part up. Okay, so anyway, when I was going to the military though, I came back. And before I came back, I remember I was on the phone with my mama, and I was telling her about like what my plans was when I get back to town. And I was telling her, when I get a job, I'm not settling for nothing less than $15 an hour, which was a lot back then. Like $15 an hour was great money back in those days, and I'm kind of aging myself. And I didn't get that. And when I told her that, she laughed at me. And then back then people won't really dream was like that. Like, it's popular to dream now. Entrepreneurship is bigger, all of that type of stuff, right? But back then, people just went off of what they knew. So I don't take it, no offense to it, but she laughed at me. You know what I mean? Because I always think big. I'm different. You know what I mean? And so it's like I probably came across as delusional to her. And I remember the girlfriend that I had at the time, I was telling her, like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a job pay me $15 an hour. Sell this weed on the side. Know what I mean? Because I was gonna go right back to it. I was going to become I was gonna go to school and use that GI Bill from the military to go to school, get a telecommunications degree, mass communications, I think is what it was actually, and then go try to be a radio DJ. And because I felt like shit, they only on the app about 4 hours a day. So if I do that for 4 hours, work my full-time job for 40 hours, then I'm selling this weed on the side. And then I also got this National Guard part-time money coming in. That's gonna be all these different checks. You know what I mean? This was before I had ever heard of multiple sources of income or anything like that. I was just trying to get it, and I was the type of person I always visualized, wrote down math. Okay, but if apartment costs this much, I need to make this much. Car note costs this much, I need to make this much, and I want to flip this because I was just trying to like, how the fuck can I get rich? You know what I mean? I was on my 50 Cent shit back then. He did that vitamin water deal for 100 million, and that shit used to inspire me. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying all that because like thinking back to that, when I used to tell people my dreams and where I come from, I'm sure I sounded delusional to a lot of them. Like I sound crazy as hell. And matter of fact, I forgot. I don't even remember what we was talking about, but I do know that like the way I am, I guess I come across different. My brother told me the other day. He was like, "Man, you probably gonna need you a white woman," because he feel like anyway. The joke was he don't feel like nobody will go for the way I am or whatever. But anyway, that's just what it is. But anyway. Long story short, I might even have to take that part out, but no, I'm not. Fuck it. But anyway, I'm fast forward though, and now I'm in this damn property. You know what I mean? And we end up buying properties. I done had multiple different businesses, and all from being this fucking troublemaking kid, hustling ass nigga, you know what I mean, from the street, to becoming, this successful entrepreneur. You know what I mean? With a sizable net worth, with property that I can say I own, with a successful company that I can say I own, with staff and all of that going, and that shit just amazing. And I'm just really kind of just giving you a little small quick testimony just to tell you, man. Don't let nobody, dog, nobody. I don't give a fuck who it is, how well they think they know you, how well you think they know you either. Like, don't let nobody talk you into believing that what you got in your vision and what you're dreaming of is not possible for you when it is. I guarantee you, because I'm a living testimony of it. And I study so many of these people, man, all of the successful people, like, and I listen to their story and what they say that they did. Then I see certain people, then I met certain people. And it's like, when you just look at it, it's just the fact that people just refuse to lose. They dream bigger. They believe that they actually can do the shit that they're dreaming of, and then they go out and go do it. No excuses. A lot of people think that they got bad luck, so that's what they attract. A lot of people think, oh, this can't happen for me. Nah, you different, and that's the life that they live. You know what I mean? They be so wrapped up in frivolous shit. Well, I don't want to take that risk, my credit. I don't want to risk messing up my credit if something go wrong. You know what I mean? And sorry if y'all can hear that, the AC unit just popped on. But then I don't want to mess my credit up if something go wrong. I borrow a loan to do a business and can't pay it back. Or I take this risk and I buy this property and try to make it a rental. But what if the tenant don't pay the rent? Or what if the roof break? What if we need this expensive repair and I can't afford it? Like, all of these different reasons for why you can't, instead of looking into why the fuck you can. You know what I mean? Like, start believing in yourself more. Like, fuck that shit. You gotta be delusional. You gotta see a way out of no way. I posted earlier today, and it was a repost on a post I made from way back in like 2015. And I posted it on my social media, which you should follow me at AJ Simmons Online. But I posted it on my social media that, listen, you gotta know you a millionaire even when you got negative $27.48 in the bank account. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking from experience. I knew that I would be successful. I knew I would be a millionaire even when I did have negative bank balances. And I'm not very far removed from negative bank balances. That shit happens. Even when you making high six figures and all that, you can still have a negative bank balance. You know what I mean? It could happen. Shit happens because it's more to it than just grossing it too. You know what I mean? You gotta manage your money. You gotta all of this type of stuff. You know what I mean? But you got to know within you. Like, in my most recent book that I wrote, which you can get that shit off of Amazon, by the way, it's called The Entrepreneur's Guidebook by AJ Simmons. But order that, definitely get the hard copy too, so it'll look better. Don't get that paper one. But anyway, in that book I wrote something along the lines of, basically, in order to be successful, you just gotta be successful. First, you gotta be successful. And the editor, when I sent it over to the editor made that look like it was a typo, like she didn't get it. And I'm like, no, don't change my shit. Put that shit back how I had it, because that's exactly what I meant. Like, in order to be successful, you gotta first be successful. Like, it starts within. If you're gonna be a millionaire, you gotta know you're a millionaire now, regardless of what's in your bank account. If you're gonna be successful, you gotta be successful right now. It's a state of being. That's why they say be successful, become successful, because you gotta be it. It's not a thing that you can grab. It's not a bank account balance in your account. None of that. It's a mind state. It's character traits. It's habits. You know what I mean? And that's why I always used to tell people, just write down your definition of success. Write down the characteristics and the habits, the traits of the people, of not even the people, of your idea of a successful version of you. And then look at that bitch every morning and every night and just try to be that person. That's it. So if you know that successful AJ, you know what I mean, dress nice every day, keep a fresh cut, work out, eat healthy, work, like all of that type of stuff, make good money, write that shit down, and then practice doing that every day. Even if you ain't got nothing right now, you can still practice being that person. You say, oh, I don't save money, but you believe that successful people save money, or you believe the successful version of you save money. Well, start saving some money. I don't give a fuck if it's $1 a day. But put something, just start small. Start where you at right now. You know what I mean? If you believe that, oh, when I become successful, I'm going to be a YouTuber. Why? Well, being a YouTuber, like, you don't have to be successful to be a YouTuber. You can be a YouTuber right now, right where you are, and that will help with attributing to your version of becoming successful. You know what I mean? You just got to be that person every single day, and that's how you get it. And that's why I say you got to be delusional, because a lot of people, especially I'm telling you now, most people are mediocre. Hate to say it, but it's true. Most people mediocre, so you got to limit your time around people like that, and you just got to believe in yourself more than anything. More than anything. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to tell you that because I done did that shit, I done that shit. You know what I mean? And now I'm in a situation to where, you know what I mean, I'm going through like you know what I mean? We go through what we go through and shit. You know what I mean? And life. And so I'm in one of the situations right now, because as an entrepreneur, I keep thinking I hear shit behind me, but it's just that loud ass, that road over there, and people going over that train track. But anyway, but in entrepreneurship, and really in life, period, it ain't just in entrepreneurship, but in life, you're going to have your ups and your downs. But in entrepreneurship, in particular, you are. Because see, with a regular job, as long as you stay the course, you follow what the hell they want you to do, you can stay where you can keep the job for the most part, as long as they don't go out of business, and you got a good chance. If you're really good, you probably can get that promotion and move up in the company, right? Versus entrepreneurship, you could be doing your job all good and all you want to, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be ups and downs regardless. It's just how it works. It's cyclical. You know what I mean? That's why you look at the stock market. There's not one company in the history of the stock market that only went up every single day. They all do some version of this. Even if it's trending up long term, it's still always some version of squiggly line, because there's some downs in there. Some of them do like this and go like this and stay like this for about 10 damn years and then go back up. A la Apple. You know what I mean? Apple was fucked up for a long time. Then they bounced back out the blue when they bought Steve Jobs back, and he came with the iPod, and then iPhone and all of that stuff. But they fell off. They was out of here. You know what I mean? Their computers weren't it. Microsoft was the one. Macintosh was the one. What is the other one? No, Macintosh is with Apple. I think it was Microsoft. Microsoft was the one with the Windows, and then Dell computers was killing it back in the day. You know what I mean? But Apple won't like that, and it happens. It's part of the business. You got to be prepared for that shit. And then you got to be delusional enough that when that time comes, you got to be believing in yourself enough that when that time comes, when you go back down, you can tap back into what you did before the first time, that mental fortitude to push through that shit. You know what I mean? Believe in yourself when nobody else believe in you. That's all I came here to say, y'all. That's pretty much it. Alright, so if you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, the share button. Comment below, let me know if you want me to keep these coming. I really want to get this channel back going to how it used to be. Like the cleaning stuff, y'all go to the Clean Biz Network channel. That's my other channel. Most of y'all probably know me from that one. If you hear from the original days when I first came out, this was the channel I was on, and this is stuff I was talking about anyway. You know what I mean? So get back to that shit. You know what I mean? This my venting therapy sessions. You know what I mean? / giving game, you know what I mean, giving back to the people that's coming behind me, and even the ones that might have been, you know, they might be older than me, but they get game from me. So just want to share it, especially whenever it hit my mind. So talk to y'all later. I appreciate y'all. Thanks.